Hey guys, this is Dr. Greg McLeod from Elite Traders University, and it's so good to be with you today. I'm so excited. I'm just totally jazzed up and juiced up today because one of my students, new student who who's a disabled veteran, and so he enrolled in Pip and Run in June, and he just became a funded trader. His name is Jabril King, and he is an amazing, amazing man uh, who has worked very hard in the program, and so he's doing a fantastic job. And what I want to do is go ahead and bring him on. I'm going to go ahead and give him the link. And so, yeah, he enrolled in Pip and Run back in, I believe, June. And we're just merely just asking him some things about how his trading was going and things like that. And I found out that that he didn't want to tell me because really the whole idea of we have a three-stage process. We're teaching people how to become professional traders. The problem with most traders is they get so excited and they enroll in a prop challenge and they don't have a system, they don't have a strategy, they don't have an approach or a formula. And this is like one of the Great American or Great British Bake-Offs. You know, you have to have some recipes when you're doing these bake-offs and these challenges, right? And so when you have a strategy, you have a recipe, you're able to bake. But many of the traders with their problem is they don't have a recipe, and when they go in these prop challenges, they wind up failing. And we have a no, I think one prop trading firm by the name of Blue Guardian, 5% success rate. That means 95% are losing and paying the other 5%. But I want to talk to a winner, a king, Jabril King. I want to ask him to unmute his mic. And hey man, how you doing, man? Just gonna unmute your mic again.
Got it.
There
Okay.
he there he is. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. There he is. There he is. The king.
Oh
Bring
yeah,
the
oh yeah. Mm.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where to start. I'm just so excited. I'm just so jazzed at what you've been able to do. Tell me how's your trading journey? Tell me about your journey. I'm going to, I want to share this with other, people around the world who will probably be real, this inspired by the fine work that you did. Tell me about it.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I started a long time ago when I was very young. Starting trading, and I was in high school actually, and I was working for some companies, working for some products and stuff like that, and I got to kind of get my hands on some indicators a little bit early, and some programs like expert advisors for the Forex, and kind of play around with the stock market simulation games they have in middle school and high school. Um, but then after that, I took a break for about 10 years, focused on my studies, graduated. And after that, I started trading probably in 2011
Okay.
using expert advisors, primarily using the stochastic method, basically waiting for the 80-20 crossovers in trading. Um, and I think I was even using the moving average crossover as well. And then I also had some advanced technical analysis tools that I was using. But then I got really sick, and my computer actually got stolen in a move. I got held at gunpoint, and somebody stole my computer. So I lost all my strategies, all my experts, my robots, and my robots were really really good. Like they were making like millions of percent a year, and I couldn't use them. I didn't have them, so I started all the way over. And I was an executive. I was hired as the vice president for some company out in Texas. And then that company went under. They had bought me a house, and then like in 2 weeks, like I was homeless. So I had to move back home with mom. Um, Fast forward a decade, and I've become like terribly diseased, and I have like all kind of neurological problems from my time in the service now. So, mental illness and stuff like that happening from, whatever. But, I think it's just the military just caused mental illness. And thankfully I recovered or healing from that. It's a lifelong journey. But in terms of trading, um, I'd say the number one thing that got me back into trading, because I've been trading for the last 4 years in the Forex, and I've been a loser. I've tried almost every indicator possible. I'm retired. Like I'm a disabled veteran. So I have nothing but free time. And I threw in all my cash dollars to try to trade with prop firms. And nothing I tried to work. I tried following people on Tradeology. They're a group. Their stuff is junk. I've tried expert, somebody Forex expert, by a guy named Alex. His stuff used to be good, and he teaches you how to trade. Right, you can pay him like $200, something like that. Maybe you can find a course he's got, but for the most part, he's pushing these expert advisors. And honestly, over the last like decade of just trying out all sorts of various expert advisors, from moving average crossovers to MACD crossovers to uh, stochastics, just whatever the logic is that these people have uh, their strategies built on, it just quite frankly don't work. And it's about a 50-50 shot you really have with any robot you use. And you're just basically lighting your cash on fire. You really are. I mean, I lost probably like $100,000, over the last decade,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and probably over the last few years. It was pretty bad. And I came across you, and I was watching your videos for a long time. And that's $20,000, and I was like, God, how am I even going to save $20,000? I had cash, but for a while, and then I had to take care of the family. I don't know if you recall, but I had brothers and sisters, and I received some money from my disability severance from the government. So that was kind of how I got the family through while I was going through my time as a disabled veteran with no income. So that was how I got us through, because the government was paying me very low, like $200 a month for like a decade almost,
Wow.
and that was a disability payment. Like if you're not 100% rated by the government, you don't get paid. The $3,000 check. So thankfully, powers that be decided to award me. I fought for that. It was a long, lengthy battle and I won, and that's what allowed me to, stay alive and have the place that I have and take care of my family and things. Um, but as far as trading goes, I watched you and I wanted to learn how to win. That's what I watched. I remember you made a video one day, and at first I was like, "There's no way he's right." I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "I'm gonna keep watching." Because really, you're just if you're looking on YouTube and you're just searching for mentors, if you get this video, this is selected for you. That's what I would say. I would say it's selected because I felt like I was asking, God, I was asking higher power, and I was saying, hey, just send me something that I can access and click on the computer, and
Mm-hmm.
something I can see with my eyes, and let me be able to logically assess it and agree with it, and I'll agree with your plan and I'll go forward. And I saw you and I watched you for probably maybe since 2018. I think I've been, or maybe even earlier than that, I've heard of you, and just watched you
Six
on and off.
6 years. 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, yeah. I was sick for like 5 of them, so
Okay.
I
Okay.
couldn't do anything. I was really too ill to really be trading, and I tried my best. I had some intermittent success. Um, what I would do is I would like kind of pour over the markets. I started doing a lot of physical back testing, kind of like Ralph Elliott, or I think it's Ralph Elliott, I think Ralph
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Elliott,
Mm-hmm.
and he did the 75 years of data pool, and he went over the stocks. I did the same thing in the stock market or in the US dollar and gold, and I was like, what's gonna pay me, and when does this thing move? Like when is US dollar move? For a while there, I was making money because I realized a pattern. I don't know if it's still valid anymore, but it was every night at about 7 p.m. your US dollar would spike for like the next like 7 or 8 hours. It would just
Mm-hmm.
go, just spike every single day without fail. Every like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just take off like a rocket.
Right.
Um, kind of like M&Q or the Nasdaq does every morning. Every morning you can grab $160 pretty much capital from those two pairs. Um, it's like 800, 600 points or something. But yeah, I did that. I also dabbled in penny stocks, where I traded penny stocks under the tutelage of Jeff Williams.
Mm,
Um, and I made good cash there. I made about $200,000 doing that. That was from like 2012, I would say 2013 to 2016. And when I got to like $60,000, I got scared because in order to trade the penny stocks with that method that Jeff Williams was teaching, and he's a phenomenal teacher. In order to trade that method, you got to risk a lot of cash, like 20%, 10% of your account, because you're going huge in these penny stocks, and you're
mm,
betting big on like what's pretty much a short squeeze. It's also called a supernova. But these are things that can basically make a lot of money. And honestly, you've got it. I mean, when you said the word short squeeze to me, you know, my ears sunk in. My ears sunk in. Coming from me, I was like, oh yeah, that's good. I haven't had to wear short squeeze in about 15 years, so this is gonna be good. And so you start going through your videos, and you start talking. You have a video about triangles, and I'm sitting there trying to like basically like an operative trying to backwards hack your data and like put together like the pieces of the puzzle and try to figure out how to trade because nobody teaches, and it's all really bad information on YouTube. It's terrible. It's a really bad situation. It's really scary because you think this is like an open information field. You're gonna get high quality information, but it's really bad. If you trust one of these YouTube people, you're gonna lose your money. Aside from Greg is really good. Greg is really good. I've talked to him, so he's valid. I'll actually vouch for him. His methods do work. I've tried his methods. I've got funded with his methods, um, and it's very promising results. His stuff works, and he's got 26 years of data. I think I've been watching him since like 2010 or 2015 or something like that. I heard about
mm.
him for about 15 years. I've been wanting to join Greg, and finally was able to do so. So
Very cool. So
definitely,
how did the environment, the Pip and Run ETU, without giving away the secret sauce, how did that help you in your achieving your goal? And when tell us what your achievements are too. That's that.
oh, definitely, definitely. Okay, so the number one thing is just having Greg actually explain the secrets, explain the strategy through the coaching calls. Because he hits some hammers and the nails that aren't really discussed in the ETU videos. Um, and the way he explains things, he's like, hey, here's a shortcut for you that's not really talked about in the ETU videos that you can apply once you've watched them. You'll have a deeper understanding of what to do. So that really helped me. Um, let's see. And then the other part of the question was some of my achievements, I think. Is that it?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, tell us what you've been doing. You're going. In fact, when did you start? You started like June, was it?
I think I started in June. I started in June. I took a couple of weeks off because I didn't feel well.
Uh-huh.
Probably around the middle of June, all the way up to like July 8th, I think, or 9th. I came back and I
Right.
said, you know what? I'm going to sim. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to follow the plan. I'm going to do the simulation. It worked. I was like, wow, I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. And winning. I'm
What's our
winning.
goal? What's the goal that we have for simulation? What's your win percentage?
The goal is 90%. And I was like, man, this is just impossible. I was like, there's no way to do this. Okay. I was like, you cannot do that. There ain't no indicator that you're gonna hit no 90% because I done back tested them all. Okay? Even the ones he's talking about we using, nah, you're not hitting on 90%. It ain't right. So I tried, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to just Pip and Run. And I was like, I like this. I was like, it sounded about right. It felt right. I felt like kind of like a warm, kind of like wavering feeling go over my body and saw some like kind of nice lights. I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I pip and ran, and then I continued pip and running. And at first, I had difficulty understanding, where to enter, when to exit, when to take my profit, how fast to take my profit, learning about how much money I can grab from each move, and with experience and exposure, repeated exposure in the simulation, all that stuff becomes second nature. We're up some money. That's pretty much it. We're gonna take our money and go, and you just do that over and over and over again, as many times as you want. And I trade a lot, so I make a lot of money now. Um, and it's really great. I mean, I can't. I'm just so happy for the opportunity to even be here because I never really thought I would be able to be an ETU student. I mean, when I first talked to Bruce back in 2018, I think late 18, early 2018 or early 2019, he was like, we're talking. I got accepted into the program, and I was like, "Hmm," and I started crying, right? Because I'm like, I have hope. I have hope. There's a chance that I'll win, even if I'm wrong. I tried, and I was going to last foray, last one. I'm going to try, and here I am about 5, 6, 7 years later. Uh, with Dr. Greg, with you, Dr. Greg, it's just really been nothing but sweet miracles.
Awesome. Awesome. So,
I'm very
so
happy.
that is awesome. I'm so proud of you, man. And you're a funded trader, man. Tell us about that. I mean,
Oh, yeah, 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 totally. So
what the
I
hell?
actually, I yeah,
like, like
it's
that.
it's just such a like de facto life now. So I have a huge like grandiose plan where I'm gonna trade like 500 trading accounts. But basically, I'm trading futures now. I don't trade. I trade forex sometimes, but pretty much I'm trading futures due to the regulation issues that's going on with future with forex, where U.S. traders, I'm U.S. based, are having difficulty getting access to a lot of the funding criteria of the forex. And I've listened to some of the CEOs of prop firms, and they're saying, hey, pretty much just go to futures, is what they're kind of telling the forex traders to do. So there's a couple of forex accounts right now, or a couple of futures accounts that I'm with right now. One being Apex. I've traded with Top Step. I got funded with them. I traded with Fast Track Trader. I'm trading with them now. And the third one is Apex. So basically, trading them, you just have to follow the method. I followed the method, and I was successful. It took a while, and it's pretty easy. You don't have to make a lot of money. Like I thought I had to make $1,000 or $3,000 a day, um, and that's not really the case. You only have to make about 250 to $500 a day and just do that for 10, 20, even 30 days if that's what it takes. I passed all of my evals in under 5 days. Um, so it was about 4 days to pass all of the evaluations for each account. And I thought that was pretty good.
Were they
So 4 days. 4 days. I put in about maybe 3 or 4 hours a day, I think, on each account. I would take frequent breaks because I got to be more rested. And pretty much just let the trades run. Like, trades came to me. Thankfully, the markets were trending really hard. I traded Nasdaq. That worked out really well. Gold is also a good one. And then if you're coming from Pip and Run, there's a 6E, which is Euro dollar. Those are the three that I stick with, and they do pretty good. I don't have difficulty trading those. But yeah, so you pretty much you get the accounts and you make. I've got 7 Apex accounts, so my plan for that one was pretty much I'm going to trade Nasdaq. 'Cause I had never been introduced to the futures before for my first time, so I opened up the chart and I kind of set up the indicators and I get going and I just start hitting. I just start hitting it and I just start making profit and I start winning win after win after win after win. My main goal was just to hit 100% win rate and not lose.
100%
So
winners? 100% win rate?
100% win rate, 100% win rate. And at first, I wasn't doing it. I was at 88%, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, man, I'm doing worse than I was doing in the sim. This isn't right. But then I realized, that's acceptable. It really is.
Raise
It's
their bar.
acceptable. Raise the bar, right? Raise the bar. It's better than the 3% or the 4% that I started. Because I was winning very little, trying to momentum scalp and trying to scalp, take scalp, use companies like Lux Algos indicator. They have an indicator on Trading View. I would try all sorts of indicators. They didn't work. The faith that I have in these things is gone because there's no reason to trust them. So it's almost like letting a robber look beside you and be like, hey, my house keeps getting burglarized, and the robber's house keeps getting nicer and nicer. It's like what's going on. So basically, I traded these accounts and I did really good. I was really surprised, and I kept winning. And I came back to it the next day, and I followed the same strategy, and I'd win. Come back the next day, I'd follow the same strategy, and I'd win. The next thing I know, my accounts are up. For Apex, the 150K account, you have to make $9,000, and you get $5,000 of drawdown. Um, I didn't go past $1,200 of drawdown. I think I was pretty proud of that I didn't really tap into my drawdown. In fact, I still try to trade with those kind of same parameters, where for the length of my account, I don't go past maybe 35% of the drawdown that's given to me, so that I have a huge safety margin.
Mm.
Um, and then basically they're going to be my accounts. So I was actually getting ready to pull them up. I was pulling up the Apex accounts right now. I was going to trade. Right now I'm trading the Fast Track Traders. I'm up $1,000 for the day on that one. So
Wow, that's
those
great.
four. So that's 4,000 bucks. I can pull out every 10 days, 1,500 bucks. So it's really great. It's really easy. Pretty much, if you can make $150, or if you can make $250, you only got to do it one time, and then you just get multiple accounts, and you stack your accounts, and that's how you'll really expound your profits in the world. And you can be making like $120,000 if you can make $150. It's really easy, and Brett teaches you with the method. You just make so much money. Like the system is not rigged for you to lose. You're not supposed to be a loser with trade. You're supposed to make money. It's designed to make you money. So once you realize that, you accept that, and you understand that that's the truth, you start to produce an income once you have a valid system and strategy, which Greg provides. Dr. Greg provides this valid strategy. Um, it's really expensive, but it's totally worth it, because otherwise you're going to be sitting in the same boat as the other 95% of the traders in the world. Even now, I go to these prop firms discords, and I'm looking around for a strategy, because I'm always trying to find an edge or some kind of advantage. And the guys that are yellow, these are the guys that are passed with the yellow name tags. They're not sharing the strategies if you DM them, and they're not going to help you. They're scared. They think that if they tell you the secrets, they're going to lose all the secrets. Like it's a small whale where somewhere in the Sahara. I give you my secret. Well, what am I supposed to rely on? Say, look, you're using something that's available to everybody. So I don't know. I never got that. But yeah. Then if you look around the strategy, when I look around the strategies, everybody else is just peddling junk. They're peddling junk indicators that aren't real, that aren't valid. Or what's worse is the horrible spread of misinformation. Um, that to me is what derailed me as a trader for the longest period of time. And when I got to Greg, he set me straight. You can go to Greg, you can learn about correlations between the currency pairs and the doxing. You can learn about that's like an easy way to make money. You can pretty much automatically make money just looking at the doxing.
Mm.
And that's what's mattering now. Really, is the cash. And like once I got a taste of how much I could earn, now I'm hungry for more. I'm like a rabbit who tastes the
Like,
blood.
please, let me
So
go.
right, right.
I know that's right. So
Yeah,
you
especially
get license to print money, basically.
basically, yes, yes, yeah. And one thing about the futures is that the market is managed by the government. It's not managed by it's a peer-to-peer network, and it's managed by the government at the same time. So it's not like Forex where you're trusting overseas parties with their monies, and you're trusting overseas parties with the market swings and spreads and things like that. Because if you go to one broker platform, your spread might be 2.9 pips or 5 pips, 10 pips, and then if you go to another broker, your spread might be like 100 pips at the same time. You never know. So you can check. They try to promise. They try to stay within the service level agreements. But I found that was a problem for me with trading the forex. But speaking of forex, now it's all about gold. That's what I would say. I would say if you're gonna trade forex, trade gold, because that's you get like a 9 times money multiplier when you trade the currencies. You're gonna be waiting for about half an hour or so for your 30 points.
Mm.
But you go to gold, it's already moved 300 points, and there's no comparison. Um, I used to trade gold before I met Greg back in 2020, well, last year, last Christmas. So I was trading, and
Mhm.
I made $5,000 in 3 days on a $1,500 account trading gold, and that's when I was like, wow, I gotta get somebody to teach me how to trade. There was like a light bulb. Oftentimes you get lucky. Some people get lucky when they trade. It happens. I had
Right.
lost like $45,000. So I earned. I think I won it. My 50,000, my $5,000. Give
5,000
me
of
my
that
money.
45 back.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. And so I learned, and I put that money aside and tried and tried again, tried some other indicators. Tried MTI. If you're American, there's MTI. They're based out of
Yeah,
Florida,
that
I
was
think.
my first class back in 99 or so, or 96 was no 98 was I was in one of their first classes with MTI. But
Okay,
but now it's like so much stuff, so much they're constantly selling you something to
right,
right instead of giving you a solution, which I give people a solution. You know,
right.
this is not the best business model because it's not like big pharma where you keep people drugged up and keep giving. I give you the cure of your you know, you got leucitis. I can cure leucitis, right? But what would be your recommendation to someone who is out there, maybe they're re-upping their prop account over and over again, and they just don't have a strategy, would Pip and Run be something that they should consider? What are your thoughts about that? What would you say to someone?
I would say definitely consider Pip and Run. It's worth it. Otherwise, you got to figure. I looked at it as a time investment. Um, if you treat trading as a business, which it should be a business, even though the IRS calls it a hobby, um, how much money are you going to put into trading over the next, let's say, even 3 years, right? And I don't know if you've been losing like I lost. I was risking about $500 to $1,000 a month. So that was what I was just losing every month, $1,000. So over 20 months, I can I can pay Greg and I can be a great trader, or I can just lose my money and perpetually keep losing money. And that's really what you're faced with as a trader when you're coming around one Greg and making a decision. It's just, hey, do I want to win or do I want to lose? And the rational choice, I think, is to win. So if I were you, I recommend you go with Pip and Run by Greg McLeod. You will not regret it. He is an excellent teacher. He has a lifetime certification from the state of California to teach. Okay, he's a doctor. Okay, and he's really good. He's really good, really affable. So it's great. His classes are really good. You'll learn. Um, and get the help you need from Greg. Hit him up one on one. Get the support. If you go to one of these other courses that are $500, $1,000, $2,000, I tried to stay away from the $5,000 because I could really never afford it, but I wanted to. Uh, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that Telegram chat. You're gonna get that YouTube channel. Um, you're gonna get a lot of videos. You're never gonna get to talk to the guy potentially. Uh, and you're not going to get a real life strategy that works. We're using a strategy that the brokers are using. Okay, Greg used to work for Foxcom. He used to work for brokerages. We are the winning traders. And, like Greg said, we have like the nuclear arsenal basically of trading. I look at other traders and they post their wins, and I'm like, man, you haven't entered the market yet. You should have been in that thing like, 45 minutes ago. Yeah, but my indicator thing didn't go off. I don't have my lines on my chart. My fair value gap, like through ICT. He's a good trader, right? But, try going through his course. I had tried going to that guy's course as well, and it's like, man, I needed 200 hours of time to go through one of the mentorships he's got for me to learn that, hey, we're really just trading an M, a V, and then a breakout of that level. And he spends 200 of my hours is what he wants me to dictate to him to learn that particular price action chart. And then when you want to learn how to actually make money on everything like he does, oh no, he doesn't tell you how to actually make real cash. But Greg will tell you straight up what this is what you have to do cash. You get examples every Tuesday. We have a coaching call, and you just go step by step by step. And what you got to do is you got to sim. You got to take the effort and put in your own due diligence, two-way street. Making sure to support you. You got to support yourself too. The answers are spoon fed to you, but you have to apply them. You have to apply those answers to yourself. You kind of got to, he says, hey, this is a spoon and this is food. You get all that you need, but you have to learn how to float the food to your mouth and chew. So it kind of comes to you, and it's sort of natural. You have to put in the time going back with the sim and exercise and get the knowledge kind of rebuilt and fortified into your habit. body so that you execute correctly when the time comes. And just pay attention in coaching ball. Uh, take notes. I've got like over like 15 pages of notes from Greg. Oh, and he's a prolific author as well. So you
Got
know,
my book, the Gold Rush Blueprint. Did you?
yeah,
My shameless plug on the Gold Rush Blueprint.
right.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. You're a fantastic student.
Thank you
It's,
so much.
yeah. I really appreciate your hard work and you see the fruits of that. That's why we know. Yes, the program is not free. It's not cheap, but we did give a nice. We are offering a special financing to help people. So yeah, well, you can earn and learn, and you'll be able to pay it off. If you're trading $150,000, what is your goal? You got what, 6 accounts now or 7 accounts or?
Right now, I think I'm at five and then four, and then I'm adding six more tomorrow. So six is 10. So I'll have 16 accounts tomorrow.
Yeah.
So let's figure every day I'm making what at a bare minimum. This is like not even like let's see, but probably like a 250 at a bare minimum, what I would say. And 250 times 16, that's $70,000. That's like my salary times 16.
Right.
Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Can't,
So
can't beat that with a stick, right?
no. And then it's going to keep feeding itself. Now I can get more accounts. And
Right.
you get paid every like 15, 14 days. A check is going to hit my account. I get the accounts. I make 5%. Once the 5% clears, the money is just mine. Whatever I earn, I get to take my portion out and draw it. Apex, it's 27.50 every 10 days. It's $200. It's more than I make right now. So I got that times five, and that's 25,000 from one account. I can have 15 more accounts with this company. Okay, so they will give you basically $170,000 a month. This is not fake. This is not 10. They do pay out. Apex has been around since like 2008. They've been around for like ever. Dinosaurs. They're not going anywhere. And, fast track trading, they give you instant funding. You just swipe the card, you send them the crypto, they give you the account. They're relatively new. They just crossed the 10,000 member mark, but they fund you, they pay you out. I've seen the pages go back, pages upon pages to pages, and as long as you can follow the consistency, you will get your check.
And that's what it's about. Getting that
Yeah,
check paid,
getting,
right?
getting checks. Yeah, get paid a lot. Get paid not once, but 40 times, and you're good to go.
Exactly. So again, the Jabril, I want to thank you so much for being on our impromptu podcast. And I hope other people out there, if you are watching this, you can click the link and sign up for Pip and Run. And you want to replicate success, there's the king right there, Jabril King. Thank you, brother.